Queen's Indian defense, Kasparov variation, 4, bb75.bg5h66.bh4bb47.e3. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. c4 builds a strong center by controlling the important d5 square and creates a square for the knight to come to c3 without blocking the c-pawn. e6 opens up a line for the dark squared bishop and prepares to castle quickly, while preparing to push a pawn to d5 and recapture with a pawn if captured. Nf3 develops toward the center, putting pressure on the e5 square and adding another defender to the d4 pawn. The Queen's Indian defense prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop on b7, where it will have influence on the long diagonal. And c3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. bb4 develops the bishop, attacks the knight on c3 and prepares castling. bg5 develops the bishop and pins the knight on f6. bb7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called the fianchetto. This prepares the bishop for development. The opposing bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This moves the bishop to safety. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. This develops a queen off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is the last book move. This ignores an opportunity to pin a knight to the king. It is an inaccuracy. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is a mistake. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. It is best. One of the best moves. It is excellent. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.